You're welcome to them. Get all those bugs. Are you harassing the little kitty cat? Oh. So there's some of it all cut up. Still got some pieces. I don't know if I'll cut those down anymore or not. These pieces here, I don't know if I'll do anything else with those. Pretty small. And I guess if I ever find a use for them, I might cut them down. But there we go. I got that big one, top and bottom, all cut up out of it now. All this metal that's laying around. I still have more cleanup to do on it, but at this point it's small enough now that I can manhandle it and move it around. And as I need pieces, I'll clean it up. Or if I'm ever lacking something to do, which somehow I just don't see that possible, then I'll come out and maybe clean them up when I'm feeling like it. But yeah, nothing's perfect on it, of course. Those will have to get cleaned up if I was gonna, when I'm gonna use those. Get that piece cut off of there. Cut that corner off. And what I figure I'll do is where this piece is welded on here, I'll just hack it off right there. I'll just cut it off right there, right straight down, and get the most out of it I can without wasting a whole lot of wasting more cut-off wheels for something that just isn't worth it. Some pieces just aren't worth it, but other pieces are worth it. That piece is worth saving. Obviously, I feel that way, 'cause otherwise I wouldn't be doing all of this. But yep, quite a bit of metal sitting here. I'm gonna stack it all up and let you get a really good idea of everything I got out of one of the 4 racks that I brought home this last time. I brought home 2 of these same racks a previous trip as well. So it doesn't look like very much until you get it all piled together, and then it actually looks like something. Before we go and discuss all of that metal, so what I used on this was 5 cut-off wheels. There's 4 here, but the one that's on the grinder is also pretty much this size, and they're just too small to get into any of the areas to that need to get cut. So I might be able to use those on some other small project, but definitely not cutting these racks apart. So let's get into looking at the metal here. So I have my tape measure, and these are 1 inch by 1 inch tubes, square tubes. There's 2 of them, and I'm going to say that they're not quite 7 foot. They're 82 inches. There's 2 of those. This one is 3 inches by 1 inch, and I have, oh my goodness, pretty much they're all the same length, and they're just a little bit over 11 foot. So pretty much 11 foot for those, and there's 1, 2, 3, 6 of those. And then these are pretty much gonna say 7 foot after I cut the excess stuff off that is junk. 1 inch thick, and I don't have any of those set on their side. 2 inches So pretty much 7 foot. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that are 7 foot, and 2 of those that are 11 foot. But yep, so right there, that's the pile. And no, it's not all clean and pristine, but it is good for the projects that I'm gonna do. And that is just one of the 6 racks that I brought home that were that size. Now, a couple of them I'm going to leave full and use those to stack lumber on. And a couple of them I am going to cut apart to get this stuff so that I can put it together on the other racks to make them better for holding the lumber and to do miscellaneous projects. And lots and lots of projects come to mind when I see these racks. So I am happy. My goodness, my face is just a little bit dirty. I'm gonna have to wash it when I go inside. And you might be wondering why I'm not on my sawmill cutting, because obviously it's not raining right now, but it was raining off and on, drizzling pretty much all evening. Probably rained on me more than it didn't rain on me while I was doing this, but it was just a drizzle and it wasn't that bad. But that's why I wasn't on my sawmill tonight. And I'm happy with the amount of material that I got out of that rack, and that's just one of the 6 racks that I've drug home so far. I have 2 smaller racks, but they're gonna stay together as is. I'm just gonna add a little bit more metal to them to use them, to utilize them. At least the ones that I have so far. If I get more of them, maybe in the future I would cut them apart, but I don't know. Now the big racks, they're so heavy and so hard to move without the tractor that yeah, they pretty much need to, once you if you're gonna put them in place and leave them, they're just fine. But if you're gonna have to ever move them again, you definitely, they need to be cut down a little bit smaller and utilized in other ways. But that was a good 2 evenings spent cutting that apart, you know, probably like an hour and a half each evening. So it's not too much time to get those cut apart and done. Thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I am out.